Yes, today I'd like to get off my chest some of my feelings regarding poor service. And I've been to the Philippines 5 times when I was courting my wife. And over there I've never seen such good personal service anywhere I've ever went, whether it be a restaurant, whether it be in a shopping mall, plaza, wherever you go, you have 2 or 3 people waiting on you right now, and they're the most polite, courteous, friendliest people you'll ever work for, or ever work with, I'm sorry. Over here in the United States, I took my wife to our little mall in the city of Janesville here, and we were shopping for an outfit for my daughter, and we were at one store in the Janesville Mall looking for somebody to help us for literally 30 minutes. We couldn't find anybody that could even direct us to somebody. I finally had to get one person to leave their department to come over there to get a dress off the rack for us to try on. I mean, it was so poor. If you go into some of the lumber yards and where the do-it-yourselfers go and all that stuff, you can literally walk around some of those stores, some worse than others. I prefer Menards. I think they have the best service from my experiences, but I won't mention the other places. But I've experienced where you go in there and you wonder if there's even an employee on duty, let alone if they know what they're talking about. I believe when you go someplace like that, you're paying for good service. You want knowledgeable help that can help you resolve your problem, give you the right fittings and tools that are necessary to accomplish what your task at hand is. Other forms of poor service in a restaurant, you get some waitress that's having a bad day and she's snotty and short, rude, rushing you, doesn't make the eye contact, no smile, just isn't good at refilling the drinks and things like that. You need ketchup or something, you're missing something. You basically got to throw a plate at her to get her attention. And I tip accordingly. If I have a good waitress who's just friendly and sweet in every way and did her best job serving me, regardless if the food was poor, I will still tip her generously, as opposed to a waitress that treats me snidely or rudely in any way. I will tip them insultingly, actually, just because I've been insulted in the way I've had my food served to me. They have a job, and it is to provide a service, a friendly, courteous service. So for all you in the service industry, I would suggest that you do your job with a smile and with pride and dignity and with the ambition to please your customers and those that you are serving. You'll go much further than the person who does just the opposite. Other terms of other poor services that really get to me are automated phone systems. When you call someplace and all you want to do is talk to a person, but you keep getting these voice recognition systems that ask you yes or no, 1 or 2, A or B. Go back, you'll hear all the options over. By the time you push 20 buttons, it's taken. You've sat there for 20 minutes and you're so upset and angry by the time you get to talk to a person that you're not nearly as rational as you would have been in the first place. At least it seems to be that way with me. I get very impatient with these animated phone systems because I just want to talk to a person. I like to just call, bypass the baloney. I'd like to have somebody pick the phone up and say hello to me. How are you today? This is Bob. How can I help you? That'd be whatever happened to the good old days. When are people going to realize that I speak for the majority of the world when I say we do not like automated phone systems? We need to talk with an operator, someone who can direct our call, where we're put on hold once, and for not a long period of time. If you're need more people to keep the waiting time down, then hire more people, but provide a better service for the customers. For what you're charging us for these phone services and these energy services and utilities and everything else, good Lord, give us good service out of respect. You know, for what we're paying you, we don't deserve to deal with that frustration of when we have a question on our bill, having to get lost in a maze of automated telephone conversation. It's just ridiculous. So I don't know what this world's coming to, but I miss the good old days where Ma and Pa serviced you. You walked into a shop, you were greeted friendly at the door, automatically you were waited on. People had time for you. It wasn't like, just a minute, I'll be right with you. People waiting 2 and 3 customers at a time, like at Big Best Buy and places like that, where they're so short-staffed, or they're staffed, you know, for the slow part of the day, but when it gets busy, they're not prepared for it at all. You know, fix these problems. These are problems that I see as a consumer. Why don't you see them as conglomerate corporations that you are? Provide the best service, you know, possible for your customers. So that's my beef for the day. I got it off my chest. I'm sure I'll complain 1 or 2 more times in my life about poor service. But for now, I got it off my chest. It feels good to let it go. And that's what this portion of my website is. If it's for me and for me only, it's helping me let go of baggage and things that bother me, that I waste too much time worrying about and losing sleep over. So thank you for your time. I hope to hear comments from you, maybe things I can relate to, and I'll try to touch on those bases as well. Thanks again for your time.